G'day, folks. So this is a Sunday sort of talk, unedited, uncut, the way I like it, because it's proof of authentic content, unbiased, not premeditated, just genuine, as it were. As true and correct as I can make it. This is Bogdan-Saris /kuku copyright copy claim. I use my factual name on all the social platforms that allow it, because not many social platforms let you use the full colon, the hyphen, the full stop at the end of your names, making you fact, making you of the man or womankind instead of the person, human, civil, which that entity you cannot own. So I can own myself as Bogdan-Saris /kuku, and with proper documentation I can own the fictitious name in the capital letters and any other personage created around that, whether it was created by me or other entities. I can take control of that by being a living man. Now, if you value such information, as it were, please do like, share, and subscribe. Only to the correct people that care about law and facts and correctness. This is not content for people that are with the popular trends and with being of this fictitious stuff that it's not for politics. This video and my videos and my content is not with the politics. It's not with religion. It's not with any other forms of religion, which means no legion, right? And much luck, as it were, and strength to those that have good faith in their quote-unquote religions, so that they will become, as it were, legions with facts, with correctness, with good faith, with correct contracting, being able to make contract with things that you value. So, part of, I believe, and evidence has pointed out that the way the world is being conveyed, from basic things such as relationships to all manner of, at the end of the day, everything kind of is a relationship, whether it's between two living things or a living thing and an electronic device, or a mechanical device or other things. There is authority, and the type of authority that you have dictates what you can and cannot do. So, let's look at computers or Android phones for a start to qualify my statement. So, if you are on one of these devices and you are not running it as an administrator, well, you're locked out of a whole bunch of things. Sometimes you might have data on, say, a SD card. You plug it in. If you're not running as administrator, you don't have access to your own data. Now this trickles down, or is it that this actually is first being done with your person, with your birth certificate, with your IDs, with your profiles on paper and in the community, and then it trickles down to your Android and your computer? But this is just like the chicken and the egg. Does it really matter? That doesn't really matter. You just have to know of the system and how it operates in this field, as it were. So, yeah, the problem is that there's some people that have traits that need this extra authorization, as it were. It's not actually extra. It's where the level playing field is. It's ground zero, as it were. And then the rest is under. So this is why a lot of people get frustration as a result of some of these subbies, as it were, some of these people that consider themselves to be human and all of this, and have go in contracts and contract with what some people would say gods. Okay, they contract with these supposed gods that are nothing but men and women with big bank accounts that make things happen for them, right? So to give this analogy back into the simple computers, it's as if you go on and log in as a guest, but then you go and ask permission from the administrator to do such and such. Then the administrator pops in, works on your computer, and then you might get some of the things that you asked for. Now, these people, as a result of submitting to being a guest, okay, to being lesser than the owner of that particular device, even though they've paid and it's in their custody, they've submitted to this, okay? And then with whatever success they've had to come and try and corrupt men and women that own their computer and have administrator rights on their computer, right? But that their computer is, I don't know, older or not as flashy, right? But the ownership is there. When life comes to an end for the men and women that own their devices, their bodies, their estate, well, when that comes to an end, now they have something to pass on genuinely as an owner. Now the subbies that have asked for administrator rights, no, they ask the administrator to administer their accounts. When they come to an end, the administrator has the ownership over their estates. So, yeah, this really ties into the bigger picture of life, as where you have humans on one hand that want to live somewhat peaceful and successful lives without thinking about the lives of their children, of their children's children, and so on and so forth. and the lives of men and women that are in the here and now that are being overridden, as it were, as a result of a large amount of humans with not much authority hiring, right, or giving their power to a few select men and women that are waging war onto, which is a silent and covert war, onto the remaining men and women that have authority and have all of this. But it doesn't help if resources, opportunities, if it's war, right? If it's war, it's war. If it's peace, it's peace. They're two distinct things. You could be very successful in all of this in peacetime, and you can cease to exist in a wartime. They're two different things altogether. So if you're a human that submits to these select few men and women that are administering everything for you, you are not part of the war, okay? There's no war being waged against you. And if you try to administer your own estate, then war is being waged against you, because it's all about farming, okay? So you got a few select men and women that are really, really bad for everyone. They won't admit it, though. I mean, hey, that's part of the narcissistic personality traits and things like this. Trying to get everyone to buy into human farming, okay? And incorrect farming for that one, because just like any farm, you can have free-range farming, or you can have caged farming, or you can have farming where they grow things in ceramic vessels so that they constrict and do the most evil things, as it were, to living things. So by now, you have these humans, which are by definition, by meaning, in the law dictionary, it means beast, animal, okay, higher consciousness animal, that have opted in for this farming and continuously voting, as it were, for the extermination of correct mankind. So they'll give the authorization to a few select men and women to do cage farming, as it were, on humans, on themselves, and also give authorization through numbers, the many over the few, to eradicate man and womankind. Because at the stage when they're doing this, the select few men and women that are bringing about this farming thing, they've vacated their position as men and women. They are now just humans with authorization from other humans. So these are some of the things to look into and where the core of the problems that we are faced with today are coming from. You have two distinct types of people. They're very, very different in terms of mindset, in terms of knowing law, knowing that the legal system and the acts can change overnight, and laws are there forever. And if we shift into a very unlawful existence, it's not going to benefit anyone. And they've done this. This is old news now, but can we move away from that and into lawfulness? Because law allows most things other than harming others. That's pretty much the basics of it. And it is within normality, as it were. Right? It's not about you can't hurt other people's feelings. You can't use psychology as a weapon to harm others. Now that, when it comes to feelings, now that is a statement that describes harm. For you to do that, you need to repeat things. You need to work your way around people's will, right? You need to break people's will. That is harm. If they come to break your will, to do harm onto you, and you just put the factual information out there bluntly, and they don't like it, that's fine. That doesn't constitute harm. No matter how much they would like to say so. Same as, and I'll pick at religion a little bit, or I'll leave religion behind. I'll pick at music, say. If you have one person, one man or a woman, should we say, or a female human or a male human, that they are hard out into metal and they do not like hip-hop and things like this, okay? Then if they go after people that listen to hip-hop, they go after people that listen to hip-hop, well, that's them engaging in harm to the other party. That's what it is. Right? If you look at the planet and at everyone as competition, when there is still when you have a surplus, when you have a surplus of the things that you need, and you still see people around you as competition, that's harm. That's harm. If you think you should have 100% or 99%, or if you think you should have any more percentage than what the value of the planet has, and then separated, okay, divided per capita, and taken into account your clan, okay, let's say if there's $100, there's 100 of us. I've got 3 people in my family. If I start looking at making more than $3, then I'm a criminal. Okay? Then for me to have $4, another family has to have less $1. By meaning, I'm a criminal. Okay? But today, they are giving value to such criminals. They are giving the authority over to such criminals. And their trait of being a predator like that only grows and grows and grows. And it gets credited and valued and all of this. So this is what has gotten us into the mess. Well, not me. I don't play by these games. This is why I put out content like this. And if you do like this type of content and you do see value in speaking factual truth, as it were, about the problems that we are all faced with, even if you are the one that is hogging, as it were, resources, even if you are the one that has 50 girls on call when you only need one. Even if you are the one that has 50 cars, but you only need one. Even if you are the one that has 50 million, but you only need one. Everyone's a victim of a invisible thing, being the construct, the matrix that you think that is a correct and beneficial way of conveying yourself and living your life, as we in fact, if we are not going to see massive liabilities in our lives, such as fame, right? You got the what is it? The wealth, but you're never really going to have the health and the fortune, as it were, because of the fame. Because of the fame. Because we've taught people to give more value to physical traits, to monetary, to all manner of things that have limited value. And the unlimited, supreme potential, as it were, of men and women being people that have been emancipated and they know the way of the world and what is wrong with it. Just like, I don't know, say you worked in a specific business industry and you know, like say the mechanic industry, you know what things can be abused, you know what things are good, you know where the benefits and the liabilities are within that industry. And then, if you're a mechanic and you're in your right mind, why would you go and hire other mechanics to work on your car? This is a bit more of a mechanic, how should I put this, riddle, okay? It's a bit of a mechanic riddle. And the answer is, like the conclusion of it is that no one's ever going to care about your vehicle as much as you do. If your goal is to keep it as as your daily driver for as long as you can, like if you're not trying to get rid of that car. Right. So I think I'll leave it there. Please do share, like, and subscribe. If you like the content about life and with the facts, okay? I also recommend as a word to follow the _Mark Kijon Christopher YouTube channel and his page as well, that you'll find in the description boxes, should I say, on all the videos. If people find value in my content and the Federal Postal Court content, I am going to try and make how should I put this? Where the rubber meets the road, as it were, knowledge applied in today's society, as it were, and first of all, describing, as it were, what's happening, and then moving forward from there for those that want to be men and women and make things happen for themselves, by themselves, and in the bigger picture, for us as people, living men and womankind, people of this planet, to be able to be our own crowns and our own owners and come together to say our terms and conditions to bring about a functioning community, a functioning society. And when I say this, I say it as a factual functioning society, not as a fictitious functioning society. As in other words, to be truly and correctly functioning, not perceived and like in a movie. You can create a movie with actors showing that, oh, look how something great is happening and it's so functional. And if you go to apply the same thing in real life, it's highly dysfunctional. So that's the big take here. Fictition is on its way out, and facts, correctness, true success, as it were, to come about. Stop beating around the bush, as it were. How they say it, from the lands down under. Yeah. Even the people that have something to lose out of this, they still have something to gain. Everyone becomes the beneficiary of something when they apply these things. The way things have been going so far, there was always someone losing out. No more losing out for anyone. This is where this is going. And these select few men and women have failed on what they said they will deliver, being world peace, all of this type of stuff. All of that can't come about when a select few are owning the many. This is fact. This is fact. They tried to do it by lying to everyone, by hiding the truth. And even that way it didn't work. Even that way it didn't work. They start losing money. And then they come down with the punishments, and because they can, because they have authority over you, because you're the farming product and they're the owner, they're the farmer. Farmer needs to make money. I say there's no more need for these farms. The cows have gotten so smart that if the farmers were to go away, as it were, now I'm speaking metaphorically, the cow comes to you and milks it, hands you over the bucket. But it wants grass, medicine, whatever it needs. No more force. No more force. There's no force needed anymore. The only venue that I see enforcement and force needed to be used is where people can't communicate, or if they communicate but they are ignoring the communication, or on purpose, or whatever it is, they don't have the capacity to do so. Things like this, right? Like, say you catch someone out stealing, right? You got all the evidence, everything like that. You even know their phone number and their contact details. You hit them up. Hey, I got evidence for such and such. You owe me this much. Are you going to pay for it? No. Okay. Well, then we go and enforce it. That's how it works. That's how it works. And due to the fact of the never-ending domestication almost that we've gone through as people over the last 8,500 years, whatever the bulk of society, whatever rules the bulk of the society adopts, the rest just follow very nicely and very easily. So what rules? This is a question. What rules has this society adopted today to bring about the things that are happening out there when they promised us peace and security? And how can you have any peace, security, and all of this when now they're promising that you'll own nothing? Then if you own nothing, then how can you make the statement that you'll be happy? So if you own nothing but you're happy, it means you've vacated who you are. In other terms, it's like they're taking the brain out of your head and just putting in some that's like a chicken brain or something, so that you're just a farm animal, ready for... So I'm going to end it there. And I do hope this has made people break out of their mental shell and start branching their neurons out, creating more connections with the facts that you know about, and deleting all the information that you have in your brain that you know is not factual, that you know is not going to make you the beneficiary of anything. That's only going to bring you liabilities. Why is there any value into storing garbage? There isn't. All the best out there. Give a like, share, and a subscribe. And that's where it's at. I'll be looking forward to any sort of questions or things that people would like me to get into from the perspective of the facts, with having some knowledge of the mechanisms of fraud and fictition that have been used on us for the last 8,500 years. And for some select few, if they prove to be correct and not with the false and misleading information, I have all manner of documents and things that I can share for the betterment of man and womankind. Full stop.